You remember when you were going into the draft in Green Bay and you looked at everybody's mock drafts? And you always look at mock drafts before you go into a draft, and you notice
absolutely
that there's a consensus of where one player is going to wind up with one team.
Right.
And Tyler Warren winding up as an Indianapolis Colt was almost a unanimous consensus. And then it happened.
You're like, whoa.
Then it happened. 14th overall pick of the NFL draft. Tyler Warren of the Indianapolis Colts joining us here on the Rich Eisen Show. Good to see you.
Let's go.
Tyler Warren, how are you, man?
I'm doing good, man. Appreciate y'all having me.
Did you hear that prior to the draft? You're going to be a Colt? Did you hear that over and over again? Pretty much?
Yeah, it was definitely in the mix, and I knew it was a real possibility, and, I'm definitely glad that this is where I went, and I love it here, so it's been great.
All right. What's it like to have a general manager who has biceps bigger than yours, Tyler? You got?
It is a little intimidating when you walk into his office when you're first meeting him on those visits and stuff, but no, he's been good.
Yeah, I mean, Ballard wears those mediums on purpose, I think. I think he does, Yeah. He sits like this. He makes sure that they get popped out and stuff like that. I like him. He's one of my favorites. We got a photograph just to start off this conversation as well. Put it up on the screen, Mike Hoskins. This guy, you want to tell me the story of this guy, John Riggins, on the screen and what it means and he means to you, Tyler Warren?
Yeah, that was just, I was, first getting introduced to football. My dad was just showing me how he wanted me to run the ball or kind of just play the game in general. And so he showed me some John Riggins highlights, and then that's kind of where the 44, I wore it in Little League, and then I got to wear it again at Penn State in college. So that's kind of the story of how I was introduced to football and kind of the way I play.
Wait a minute. How do you play like John Riggins in baseball? What does that look like?
Ran over a few catchers, got ejected from a few games, but no.
I like it. He used to wear like the he used to have a haircut that would scare the crap out of you too. He really got that thing working back in the day. Also,
I don't know if I'll ever get to that, but
okay,
I'll probably keep it like this.
Sure. So you did you try to wear 44 in Indianapolis? Did you kick the tires on that at all, or no?
No, I knew Z was, that was his number, and he kind of earned, all the stuff he'd gotten at the Colts and been a great leader for the team. So I kind of let that be and knew my place as a rookie, and kind of just went from there.
So then you just took the 8 in front of the 4, is what you're saying?
Pretty much.
I'm serious. Like, did you keep the back end of your uniform number of 4 for that purpose?
No, it just kind of worked out like that, which is it's nice. And 84 is a good, tight end number with meeting Jack Doyle and stuff, and that's a good number. But it kind of just worked out like that, and that's how it went.
Have you met Riggins ever?
No, I never met him in person.
Do you want to?
That'd be cool someday.
What would you say to him if you ever met John Riggins? Would you want to add like?
I'd probably be like, let me go get my dad and let him talk to you.
I love it.
Really love talking to him, but yeah, that'd be cool.
That's pretty cool, and I just love stories like that. That's why I wanted to start off our conversation right here on Disney Plus and the ESPN app, back on ESPN Radio with our radio audience, presented by Progressive Insurance. We're talking to Tyler Warren of the Indianapolis Colts here on the Rich Eisen Show. Walk me through what your first conversation with Shane Steichen, your HC, was all about when you show up in Indianapolis outside of that phone conversation on draft night, Tyler.
Yeah, I think it wasn't anything, special or crazy, right? Once you get here, you're a part of the team. You're kind of have the same expectations as everybody, and that's just kind of how he treated me. And there's a lot of stuff we do within our offense, really at all positions. So just having him trust me to do those things, and it's on me to prepare myself to be able to do it at a high level, and that's kind of everybody on the offense and how we've been operating.
Well, I'm just wondering about what he was telling you about his expectation for you or the way things might work out for you and how they have actually done so through 8 weeks of the NFL campaign.
Yeah, I mean, I think there was a expectation. Obviously, when you do, use a pick on a player that high, you're expected to be able to make an impact. But I just kind of focused on, doing my job and whatever. He's been a great play caller. I think he's been one of the best probably in the league so far. So trusting him and playing within his offense has been really fun. I think it's a great offense really for everybody, but tight ends especially.
So do you have a chip on your shoulder because you weren't the first tight end taken in the draft, Tyler?
No, I mean that wasn't something I was too worried about. It's still, I wasn't in a bad spot by any means, and I was still very, just happy to have the opportunity to play in the NFL, and I've been really excited to play for the Colts, and I love it here, so it's been great.
Okay, and so in terms of that, it's also not easy to be drafted to a team that's having a quarterback competition either. How were you able to navigate that throughout the summer about just getting your game right while you were trying to figure out at some point who was going to be the one to consistently throw you the football?
Yeah, I
Tyler.
think it has its challenges, right? You're going to have two different guys, but at the end of the day, they're both two really good quarterbacks, and you can still, get plenty of work in with both of them, and get timing with both of them, like you said. But yeah, I mean, it might seem like a big deal, but really at the end of the day, it's two really good quarterbacks. They're going to do what they need to do, and the top guy will win at the end of the day. But it wasn't too much of a problem during the summer, I'd say.
Walk me through your relationship with Daniel Jones, Tyler. What's it like? If you don't mind me
Yeah,
asking.
it's good. We've gotten closer. He was actually I met him on my 30 visit. I think he had just kind of gotten here when I was doing my 30 visit, and I
Mm-hmm.
talked to him real quick in the cafeteria. But he's been great, and I think he's outside of football and the way he prepares, kind of the type of guy he is in the locker room, and outside of the facility, hanging out, having dinner, stuff like that has been awesome. He's been just a great guy to get to know.
Okay, I have follow-up questions on that. What preparations, how he goes about it, have you picked up on and say, I need to do more of that, or I need to do that, or I'm so glad I have been doing that already, Tyler?
Yeah, I think just his routine and you can tell how prepared he is, right? Whether it's just him being able to go through the play sheet and knowing the kills or what coverage he's expecting to look for, stuff like that. Riley Leonard's another guy in that room that I think helps him out a lot, and a guy I'm closer with, and he just kind of tells me the stuff he does and just his daily routine of how much he's grinding in the film room and stuff like that. And I think we respond well as an offense when you see your leader doing that every day.
And at dinner, who picks up the check, Tyler?
Um. Usually a little bit of rotation, right? Obviously,
Mm,
there's the rookie dinners
that's
that
right.
that the rookies have to take care of.
Right.
I haven't had mine yet, but usually they'll rotate on who's paying.
What do you mean you haven't had yours yet? It's we're halfway through the season and
Yeah, I know. I
training
think
camp.
they're loading up and saving for when the time is right.
You
So
be careful.
it'll.
You be careful. You need to have your head on a swivel that night, Tyler.
I don't have much of an option. It
No,
can be on
no,
much of a
I
swivel, I
understand
think.
that. I understand that. But listen, if they're starting to order extra appetizers, going for the wagyu, instead of just the regular, straightforward red meat, bottle of wine that might have might have a comma in the purchase price, you just got to be careful, be vigilant.
I'll do my best, but we'll see how it
You
goes.
got to do it. You got to do what you got to do, huh? All right. And so, and in terms of Daniel, is he a practical joker? Who is it? What type of guy is he with you, Tyler? What
Um,
is he?
I feel like we're somewhat similar. He's a quieter guy when you're around him. He's not gonna, make himself the center of attention when he walks in a room. But as you kind of get more comfortable around each other and the jokes start flowing, and yeah, he makes jokes every now and then, just like all of us do. We had a really good relationship in the locker room, kind of as a whole team, and it's been really fun.
Okay, very good. Tyler Warren, a few minutes left with the rookie tight end here of the Indianapolis Colts and the Rich Eisen Show. Your give me your perspective of watching Jonathan Taylor run away from you, Tyler. You're running a route, you might be in some sort of a shallow route, and then all of a sudden, or not even, you're blocking, and then gone. What's it been like for you to watch him at work?
Yeah, he's been awesome, before the football stuff, just the type of person he is every day in the locker room, and his attitude is awesome. But he's been awesome to watch. There's times where I think there's no way he's going to turn the corner and make it up the sideline, and especially in that last long when he had versus Tennessee. I thought there's no way he's getting around the corner, and somehow he manages and hits the top speed every week of whatever he hits. But he's been awesome, and he's a great guy in the locker room as well.
Okay, and I just, and he's a Big Tenner, right? Right, Tyler? Big
Yep.
Ten.
Yep.
You got a lot of Big Ten guys in that spot right now. You and him, and obviously, that's the home of the Big Ten championship and whatnot. I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you about what's going on in your alma mater right now, and how James Franklin getting fired after, you and the team went as far as you did last year. 1 3-game losing streak and see you later, it seemed like. What's your 2 cents on what's happening there, Tyler?
I think there is, a lot of stuff going on in college football right now, and I got nothing but respect and love for Coach Franklin. He did so much for me, and I loved playing for him. That was honestly the biggest reason I went to Penn State was to, play for him as my head coach. So I wish him nothing but the best, and look forward to see what his future holds. But yeah, I can only say good things about him and what he meant to me at Penn State.
No kidding. So that's why you went? What, he had you at hello in your living room or something like that, or he came and recruited you? Like, honestly, like what? Because I'll be honest with you, man. I'm not hearing anything similar to what you just said out of LSU for the coach they just let go. To be very honest, Tyler.
Yeah, I mean, no, I think just his whole recruiting process. He talked about family, and I had some connections with people there to like really see if it was like that, besides the recruiting, and it was. And then me being there, it was that the stuff he talked about when he was recruiting, and yeah, I think he was just a real coach that meant what he said in the recruiting process, and I love playing for him.
And you're going back to the state of Pennsylvania this weekend. Is there any significance of you playing in Pittsburgh, Tyler? What's up?
No, I mean, it'll be interesting to see kind of. I'm sure there is a lot of Penn State, people in Pittsburgh.
But you're everywhere, man. Come on now. Don't be humble.
Yeah, everywhere. But knowing the loyalty of the Pittsburgh fans, I'm sure it won't be too big of a deal. They're a great fan base, and that should be a fun environment.
All right, what would it mean to this team to be 8-1? I mean, and just your head's not in the sand. This is a conference that's been dominated by the Chiefs and how they've been playing. And there's a lot of folks that are looking at the 7-1 Colts and going, yeah, but what would it mean for you to go into Pittsburgh, win this one, and be 8-1 moving forward, Tyler?
Yeah, I think it's really important, but I think it's more just because it's the next game we got, right? It's a long season, and you play a lot of really good teams. So I think taking it 1 week at a time and taking the wins however they might come, whether it is a 20-point win or you're winning on a field goal at the last second, they both count for the same, and it's hard to win in this league. So I think just focusing on 1 week at a time and the opponent at hand is the biggest thing right now.
All right, Tyler. Everybody in this room has you in a fantasy league one way or another. Every last one of them. I could put them all on screen right now.
Yes, sir.
Can we get in the end zone? What can we do? Can we get in the end zone a little bit more is what I'm saying. What do you think?
I don't know if I can legally answer that question, so I'm gonna have to.
That's all right.
I'll do my best to make sure the team wins. I think that's all I can say to you with that question.
Okay.
Our fantasy teams win.
Yeah,
that's
what I'm saying is we're all Colts in this building right now because of you. You know what I mean? I saw the way you played last year, and I'm like, I gotta have this guy on my fantasy team. Are we going to see you throw it? Are we going to see what else? What more can we see from you right now?
Well,
what do you think?
I made that one throw. I had to throw it away. So
okay, all right.
We'll see if there's any more, but that's all we got.
Okay, I don't want to get you in trouble. You're looking off to the side to see if there's any sort of playbook violations going on right now.
I don't have that, Rich.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to get you in trouble, Tyler. Do you got any Halloween plans tonight?
No.
No.
Probably. Yeah. No trick or treating for me, so I'll probably just be at the house.
You could probably go as yourself. There's probably people in Indianapolis who are dressed as you, Tyler. You realize that, right? You could go as yourself and see how that works.
We'll see. We'll see if I see any walking around today.
All right. Are you in an area where there are trick-or-treaters? Can somebody end up ringing the Tyler Warren doorbell, opening up, and getting some sort of fun-sized treat from Tyler Warren tonight? Is that a possibility for folks?
Yeah, I think there are some families that live around me, so I might have to make a stop at the store on my way home today to make sure I'm prepared. And
yeah, absolutely.
Yep. Come on, you can't have some kid. What if some kid could be wearing an '84 Colts outfit, right? Can be just like that. This kid could come to the door. You can't be empty-handed.
Right.
You just can't. You got to help you out.
That's why you turn the front porch light off, though, so they know. This house got me.
Wow.
Come on now.
Full-size candy bars, too, Tyler. Come on. Don't be stingy.
And they know Tyler Warren lives there, so of course they're going to come.
Of course they're going to come visit. Last one for you. Did you go to Tight End University? Have you visited that at all? Did you go to?
No, I didn't get to go this year, but I know about it and all the stuff.
Have you met Kelsey? Have you met Travis?
No. I have not met him.
We got to get you out and about. All right. Tyler, good to chat with you. Thanks for the time. Keep doing what you're doing. I look forward to more conversations with you. And again, I'm a Michigan Wolverine, so I am. I'm part of the We Are this weekend. Can we get a win over Ohio State this weekend? What can we?
I think we can do whatever we need to do. So I'm rooting for my boys.
Let's go. We're all Tyler Warren, and I'll say it out loud. We're all Penn Staters this
look
weekend.
at you.
Well, that's me every week, though.
I know that's you every week. Good to see you, Tyler. You be well. Thanks for the time,
safe,
sir.
Stay healthy.
Tyler Warren, everybody getting ready to go to Pittsburgh and then getting his German all freshened up. Before he goes to Berlin.
Guten Morgen.
To take on the Atlanta Falcons. Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Check us out every single day streaming live on Disney Plus and the ESPN app 12 to 3 Eastern.